It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Ready to break. Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the screen. Check go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now a handoff here to his running back. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
That's how we do. They don't want none. They don't want none.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Ready, ready. 51. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Check safety, check safety. 6-6. Pull it high. Let's go.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Balaj. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 26-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
61, matchbox white. Hey, echo.
2nd and 11. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, team 6, team 6. Mike 57. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. 57.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Let it. Guys, Mike 51. Mike 51. Check pass. Check pass.
Now. 2nd and 13. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. He'll return it from the 6. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. Hey, dude. What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll run on 1st down. Done. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's get in there, Hey, Alpha. Mike 51. Mike 51.
2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's done. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They're going to look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Eluding the pressure right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Herbert. Leaping, and he makes the grab. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Back to throw. Herbert on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll try the left side. Frazier. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 11. We're scoreless after 1. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Balaj. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
At the 12-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll try the left side. Frazier, the great move, couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Let's go. You tighten up. Mike 51. Mike 51. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
From the gun, Herbert. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. 57. Mike, 57. You're trapped. You're trapped.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. Carlson able to put this one through. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
At the 40-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And to give this time to the tailback. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
3rd down and 2.
Let's go. 90, Wolf.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
Get it.
They'll set up to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is fielded at the 7. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Set. 70, Indy.
You
Go.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, I can reach traps. Let's go. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Ready? 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Tighten up. Pull together. Slam. Watch the safety creep. Slam. He's coming. We got double up. Let's go.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. Frazier. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
30 base. 5. Pilot, 64. 2.
On third down, Herbert. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score.
Get off the train tracks.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
60 Pittsburgh.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Yep. Hey, wahoo!
57.
On 1st down, Herbert. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That one goes for 24 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On 1st down, Frazier. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Let's go, baby.
A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gators. Hey, Haywood.
Watch tight end. 4 down.
Go.
From the gun, Herbert. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Montez Sweat. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Look at me. Zipper. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, tight.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Herbert. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And this is caught at the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Carlson is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
To throw again. Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the left side. Frazier. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Mike, 57. I got you. 57's Mike. Mike, 57. Hey, what's the ball?
Back to throw. Herbert. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
We got this.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They'll run here with Balaj. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balaj with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Hey, Zoo.
Alert 3.
From the gun, Herbert to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. We got it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Now a give right side. It's done, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Let's go now. 60 or.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Hey.
Mike, 51.
Let's go.
2nd and 15. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
Not taking your advice, they'll throw first play. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 79 yards. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flushed from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Tight right, tight right.
Hey, exit.
Check. 4 down.
They'll drop the throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Daniel Carlson set to kickoff.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 12 at the 20-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a give, right side. It's Evans. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. 81 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will be out of bounds as the third quarter comes to an end with an INT. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. Hey, Delta.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10. Herbert going to throw deep for the... He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And spins away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You ain't got nothing.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Flush to his right. Complete to Washington. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Hey, Foxtrot. Foxtrot.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Head up.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll try to left side. Frazier. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. With his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now on 2nd and 13, Brissett throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field. The Lions on 3rd down. A very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Brissett now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here's Logan Cook now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Let's go, at the Lions' 41-yard line.
Set, ready. 15 lining. 15 line.
Defense, let's
Ready, ready.
check. Fresno. Same. Switch.
Set, go.
They'll run on first down. Frazier, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Out. Check three. Check.
Ready.
Malaj. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
And it's third down.
Let's go.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Mike 57. Stay with your man. 57's the Mike. I got it. 57's the Mike.
Go.
I smell fear in that offense.
Hey, get it.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
On the ready.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Let's go.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
60 outlaw. Greystone travel. Buzz. Hit it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
He's not going to get me.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, here's Brissett. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert, he's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Orbit.
On 1st down, Herbert. And he fires one incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. On 2nd down now, Frazier. He's got, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 57. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Following the fumble recovery, Herbert, and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Miami, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they